Abrams. Allende. Bernstein. Brown. Come on, come on. Attaboy, Todd. Buckley. Cohen. Garcia. Hall. Take a seat, Lisa. I just wanted to take a minute to talk to you about your test.
Sure.
Now, I know you had a little help.
Well, I mean, I didn't cheat, if that's what you mean.
I'm just saying I know you had a little help.
A lot of people did.
Well, be that as it may.
I mean, I'll take it over again if you want, but, like, what would be the point? It's not like I'm ever going to actually need to know this stuff in my daily life.
Well, it's just not necessarily true, Lisa. And haven't you ever developed an interest in something that you didn't initially think you were going to develop an interest in?
No, not really.
Haven't you ever been put in a new situation and found that after overcoming its difficulties, you had developed a new set of skills and new experiences along the way?
No, I really haven't.
Okay.
Anyway, it was open book, so what's the difference between using a book and, like, I don't know, using somebody else's mind who's, like, really good at math? I mean, it's not like this person did the whole test for me.
Oh, no?
No, I did some of it.
Well, next time I'd appreciate it if you did it all. Okay?
You are so fair.
What did he say to you?
Nothing.
Mr. Aaron and I have an understanding about my math problem.
So the President of the United States, William B. McKinley, authorizes the use of private detectives to break the strike. And they went out there and shot him down. Just like they did in Virginia, just like they did in Pennsylvania. Because they didn't care. They did not care.
And that's basically it. That's basically all there is to say.
All right? Go ahead. Becky.
Well, Mr. Klein, I mean, was there ever, like, a good president of the United States?
I don't know, Becky. I think that's a good question. What do you think? You, Lionel, what do you think? Did we ever have a good president?
I don't know. I guess most of them have just been, like, totally corrupt.
Lisa?
Can I just say that I'm not necessarily like a big fan of all the presidents of the United States, especially the current one, but I still don't think it's necessarily all that useful to categorize every president as universally corrupt, because that just seems really general to me, especially if you're going to judge them by the standard of whatever they're supposed to traditionally be like in some mythical version of America that probably never existed to begin with.
Lisa has raised a salient point.
Tell them to be polite, tell them to answer the questions, and I'll arrange this bail in the morning. Yes.
Hey,
It's fine.
how'd you do?
Hey, Darren. It was fine. Thank you so much.
So he didn't give you a hard time or anything?
Well, he knows I'm not planning to, like, go into mathematics or anything. He was totally cool about it. He's so cool.
Oh yeah, everybody loves Mr. Aaron.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing, the man is very lovable.
Yeah, we just got back. Yeah.
What are you doing now?
I was gonna go look for a cowboy hat.
Why?
Because my dad is supposed to take me and my brother to this ranch in New Mexico to go horseback riding, and I don't think it would be right to appear on horseback in New Mexico without the appropriate equestrian paraphernalia, Darren. You wouldn't understand these things.
That is a definite possibility.
Anyway, thanks again.
Well, before you venture forth on your bizarre quest for a cowboy hat,
Yes, Darren.
what are you up to later? Like tonight?
No.
Want to go to a movie?
What, you mean like on a date?
No. Not on a date. Just go to a movie. I don't know if it's a fucking date.
Right, calm down. What do you want to say?
I don't know. I don't even know what's playing. I don't know if it's a date. Yeah, let's just forget about it. I hate the fucking movies anyway. They're just bullshit. They're all bullshit.
Okay, take it easy. I'm sorry. I was just asking.
What if it was a date anyway? Would that be so horrendous?
Oh my god. Are you like... Are you asking me out?
I don't know.
Are you?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we're already really close.
Oh my god.
And I think we'd be a really good match.
Well, I would definitely have to think about this.
Absolutely. Give it some thought.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
Why do you look like that?
Like what?
What do you want from me?
Not a thing.
All right. I'll see you later.
All right.
Hello? Hi. Mom home? I went to the store. Hey, what are you doing tonight? Nothing. Darren wants me to go to the movies with him.
Oh my god. What's that about?
Dude, I have no idea. Becky, there's not a cowboy hat to be found in the entire Upper West Side. I mean, I'm very depressed about it.
Dude, the Upper West Side is saving you from yourself because no one wants to see you in that hat.
How you doing? What? What do you think?
somebody call an ambulance. Call an ambulance. Everybody just step back.
I'm calling one right now.
Can you hear me?
Get an ambulance. Someone's calling one.
Ma'am, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I don't know. Where am I?
You're on Broadway and 75th Street, New York.
75th and
You were in a bad
74th.
accident.
Who are you?
My name is Lisa.
What do you mean? Am I dead?
No, you're not dead. You were in a traffic accident, but you're dead.
What do you mean? What happened?
You were run over by a bus.
You gotta be kidding me. A bus?
Yeah.
Is there a doctor anywhere?
An ambulance is on its
Yes,
way.
the accident's over, but I think you're a little confused.
I'll say I'm confused.
Here. Let me just try to, ma'am.
Don't let go of me.
I won't.
Don't let go of me.
I'm not gonna let go.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, don't
She needs a
let go of me.
tourniquet or she's gonna die. Okay, let me just, Jesus Christ.
What's happening to me?
Sorry. I'm just trying to put a tourniquet on. You can use your belt. I just can't see if I
We're gonna be all right, so just hang on, okay?
Just don't let go of me.
I just want to put a tourniquet on you.
What do you mean? Are they doctors?
Okay.
No, they're not doctors.
Are they doctors?
We're just passing by.
Ma'am, we're only trying to help you. Never mind, just try putting it around. You want to do it? You know how to do it. You want to do it?
Are you kidding me? I can't see anything. Are my eyes open or closed?
They're open.
What do you mean?
We're in a terrible accident. You're gonna be fine, so just hang on, okay?
There's no place to put it. I can't even find it.
Somebody call a fucking ambulance!
Calm down. We already called them. Just calm down.
Not coming fast enough, so maybe you should call them again. Why not call them again? You're okay.
Somebody,
You're gonna be okay.
could somebody call my daughter?
Sure, we can call her. What's your name? Just tell me your name and give me your number.
It's Lisa.
No, that's my name. Is that your daughter's name?
What? What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be confusing. My name is Lisa. Is that your daughter's name?
Jesus Christ, just call her. Would you call her?
I can't call her if you don't give me the number.
I got it. I got it. Ma'am, you're gonna be okay.
You're gonna be okay.
What's your daughter's number?
Sweetie. I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Oh no! No, please hang on. The ambulance is gonna be here any minute. No, just hang on, okay? Please.
It's okay.
No.
She's gone.
No! No!
She's gone.
Please hang on. Please hang on. Please hang on. Just hang on. They're gonna be here any minute, okay? So just hang on. You're gonna be okay.
You're going to speed limit. Lisa? Okay, Lisa. Lisa, I just want to ask you a few questions, okay?
Okay, sure.
Now, just tell me everything you saw, even if you think it might not be important, all right? Think of it like a movie, all right? Like you're watching a movie in your head, and all you got to do is tell me,
Somebody called my mother.
you know, we already called your mom, but I'm going to have them put in a call to your mother right now, okay? All right, I know this is hard for you. We got to get this thought still fresh in your mind, okay? I know some of these questions might seem like they don't make a lot of sense to you.
They do make sense. Just ask me.
Okay, well, that's what I'm doing, all right? So now I'm going to ask you, from where you're standing, could you see the traffic light? Did you tell me if it was red, yellow, green? What color was the light?
I guess it was green.
Green.
I think it was just an accident.
What happened to you?
Nothing. Hello?
anybody know who she was? I don't know. I guess she lived around here. She had all these Fairway CrossFit tags. What did they do with her leg? I have no fucking idea. Hey. Lisa, are you sure you don't want me to call in?
No thanks. I mean, thank you. That's really sweet, but I'm supposed to go see Becky anyway, and I don't really want to sit here thinking about it all night. Go to work. I'll be all right.
Yeah? You got some flowers. Can you bring them in? Oh, so good. Glad you guys liked it. Oh, you were great. I thought you were so wonderful. Well, we have a lot of work to do, but it'll be good. Critics would love it. They don't even know me. Is it?
Hey, are you coming out?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, maybe I will.
I don't know. I'm going to. But I'm not. Okay. See you later.
Hi. Oh, see you later. Hi, are you Ramon?
Yes. Hello. You were wonderful again.
Oh, you're so sweet. And thank you for the beautiful flowers.
You're very welcome.
And you've seen the show before?
Yes, 2 times.
Gosh, that's a lot.
Oh, it's a beautiful performance. I'm sure you will have a big success.
Well, right now we're just trying to focus on what we're doing.
I don't know if you're busy, but would you allow me to buy you a drink if you like to ask your friends?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm just on my way home.
Okay, that's no problem. Tomorrow I'm going to London for a few days, perhaps when I come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I really have to go.
Okay, that's no problem.
Anyway, thanks again for the beautiful flowers.
It's a privilege to meet you.
Well, it's nice to meet you, too. Good night.
Good night.
Hey. I thought you were at the movies.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
I was doing a show in Detroit, and this woman came backstage. I didn't want to come back to my place and do some cocaine. I was like, yeah, I'm another cop pussy. Why are you popping at 4 in the morning?
Just throw him out. Oh, do the Shirley Temple. Come on, do the Shirley Temple. You're okay. Okay, you have to.
Okay.
On the good ship, lollipop is a sweet trip to the candy shop, and there you are, happy landing on the chocolate bar. If you eat too much, you'll...
Keep going. I know, that's so sad. It's so sad.
Wait, what's that one? Do the baby.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, the baby's insane. You have to.
It's an inspiration. I know, it's too weird. No, it's not.
Have another drink.
I think you can tell I've had enough.
Matthew, if you would read the role of France, and Anthony, why don't you read Burgundy?
Ah, Burgundy.
And I guess I'm gonna hog the part of Lear again. Okay, Anthony?
Royal Majesty, I crave no more than what your highness offered, nor will you tender less.
Right, noble Burgundy. When she was dear to us, we did hold her so, but now her price has fallen.
My family are from Colombia. My father worked in the diplomatic service.
Really? Wow.
I grew up 5 years in Panama and 9 years in Paris.
And what do you do, Ramon?
I have a company. We design computer software to help companies in South American countries that use an incompatible software, so the computers can talk to each other. It's a big problem in South America, where there is not so much coordination in computer communication. Right now, is a lot of opportunity for us because for the big software companies, we are still the backwoods. That's changing quite fast. Can I give you a lift?
Oh, no thank you. I'm just gonna grab a cab, but thanks.
I call you sometime?
Okay, sure. That'd be great.
May I have your telephone number?
Just a minute! Just a second, please. Hold on. Come in.
Can I talk to you?
Sure. What's up?
I'm supposed to go back to the police to confirm my statement, like, the day after tomorrow. So what do you think I should do?
Well, I don't know, sweetie. I mean, that bus driver probably has a family to support, and he could probably lose his job. So I think you should really think about that before you say anything. Okay? Yeah.
Think of the implications of what you're saying. I'm saying, what is the frame of reference for the average Arab on the street? Angie.
Yeah, my mother's family is from Syria, and they're not exactly in love with the current regime, and I definitely don't agree with a lot of their religious views, especially when it comes to the oppression of women. But I just want to say that Americans have no idea how much people hate them all over the world.
It's
Okay?
pretty clear to us now,
And
Angie.
all my relatives in Syria think that what we did in Afghanistan was terrorism, okay?
Anthony?
Not to mention Iraq.
Syria is a theocratic military dictatorship.
No, it's not. Sorry.
Syria is not a theocratic military dictatorship?
I think we have a pretty good idea how much people hate us now, actually, Angie.
No, we don't.
They blew up
One
our
at a
city,
time.
okay? So yeah, I think we have a pretty good idea, and personally, I don't give a shit. You shouldn't, because the people who blew up the World Trade Center were a bunch of sick monsters.
Oh, they were monsters?
Yes.
Why? Because they're Arabs?
No, because they killed 3,000 people for no reason.
Maybe they think they have.
One at a time.
Why did they have No, they didn't. Iraq didn't declare war on anybody. They didn't do anything to us.
So come on, guys, one at a time. Anthony?
They did have a reason.
Thank you.
They want to establish a medieval Islamic caliphate in the Middle East and destroy Western civilization.
Oh, where'd you read that?
It's on their website.
Okay, forget it.
Angie.
No, forget it.
Go ahead with what you were saying.
No, why should I?
But why are you defending someone who murdered 3,000 people?
I'm not. Why are you defending a country that unilaterally invaded 2 Muslim countries and supports the Israeli occupation of Palestine?
Give me a
And
break.
drops bombs on women and children and then calls other people terrorists for doing the exact same thing.
Because it's not the same
thing. It is.
Come on, guys.
Lionel, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, like, why is it okay to drop bombs on men, but it's not okay to drop bombs on women and children? I mean, isn't that just like reverse sexism?
I don't know. I agree, it's a bullshit term.
This is totally stupid.
Monica.
I think the whole class should apologize to Angie, actually, because all she did was express her opinion about what her relatives in Syria think.
Thank you.
And everyone started screaming at her like she was defending the Ku Klux Klan.
They are the Ku Klux Klan. They like to throw acid in women's faces.
Then why don't you drop bombs on the Ku Klux Klan? Because they're white.
There were 6 people with their hands raised before you, Lisa.
Come on, guys.
The correct term is Afghans.
Okay, but I'm not even saying that I disagree with you. I'm just saying I think it's pathetic the way people in this class treated Angie just for saying something they didn't happen to agree with.
Because that's censorship, right? Right?
It's not censorship. This class is not the government.
It's censorship.
Oh my God, no, it's not.
We work at Highway 1 out in the Bronx, you know, near the Bronx Zoo.
Oh, okay.
You know, but for the situation, hey, you know, but for something like this, we usually find a local precinct or an apartment, you know, whatever will expedite the situation most effectively. Just have a seat wherever you want. Just pull up a chair. According to the statement, the light was green when the bus passed through the intersection.
Yes.
So So you're saying she walked against the light?
Yeah. It's true. 2 years of college, 2 years at the magazine, 2 years with you. I'm kind of a 2-year gal. What's funny about that?
What did you think of the play? It was okay.
Hello? Yeah, hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm fine. Just sitting here looking at the ocean, trying to do a little work. Listening to some music. How are you?
I'm okay.
Are you practicing horseback riding?
Oh, yeah. I've really been riding a lot. I'm getting into really bad saddle sores.
Are you?
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Well, do you know Claremont Stables on 89th and between Columbus and Amsterdam?
Yeah.
Well, it might really be worth your while to go over there and maybe sign up for a couple of lessons.
No,
I'd be very happy to.
I'm sorry, what?
I was just saying I'd be very happy to spring for it if you want to take a couple of lessons. I think it would really pay off in the end.
Thanks. You know, I actually may take you up on that.
Yeah, just let me know.
I'd appreciate that.
So how's school?
School's okay. I'm kind of fucking up in geometry.
I assume you're not torpedoing your scholarship or anything like that?
Scholarship's fine.
Okay, good. Well, math was never my strong suit either, so.
Well, I guess I'm following in your footsteps in that regard.
Well, I'm proud to hear it.
So how are you?
I'm okay. Things are okay. They're a little slow, a little frustrating. But there's one or two projects we're going after that seem to look promising, and I don't know. I think it's okay.
Okay.
How's the boyfriend situation?
Oh, the same.
Nobody.
They're all kind of the same.
Well, I know this is not going to go anywhere, but Annette's workshop is comprised, for the most part, of strapping young men of about 17 years old who, for some peculiar reason, are interested in using their brains to get on with their lives. Nobody really understands why or how this happened, but if you're interested in meeting any of them when you come out next time...
Yeah, I mean, I don't really go for the California type, but thanks.
Well, I don't either, per se. It depends on the person. Obviously.
Hard to argue with. I think I'll stop generalizing now.
Well, that's about it on my end, sweetie. I'll give you a call in a week or two, and say good night up to Curtis.
Okay. Well, I love you.
I love you too.
You do know I have 2 kids, right?
Yes, I would like to meet them.
You are really smooth.
I would love to meet your kids. I have 2 boys myself. I'm not smooth. Would you like to have a nightcap?
I feel like we used to be really close. Like up until a few days ago, and I'm really not getting that from you anymore.
If you give me a break.
Now you want to do the other nostril because you always want to be symmetrical. Very important.
So fun.
Symmetry.
So, what do we do now?
Now we make up.
Oh, what about your girlfriend?
I'm sorry, it just sounded like you asked me about my girlfriend.
Never mind. You know I really love you, right?
fine.
John, are you all right?
Yes. Fine. I'll be out in a sec.
Okay, we're going to start with a few simple stretches, and I want you all to watch me first, and then you'll follow. All right, so left arm goes up, and then all the way over to the side. You're going to feel a long, long stretch along the side of your body, and then...
All right.
Mr. Aaron,
Yes, Becky. Lisa?
are you still mad at me about the test?
What's going on, Lisa?
Because maybe the bus driver is completely devastated as it is, and I'm just going to be this little rich girl who calls up the cops to ease her conscience.
What does your being rich have to do with anything?
Oh, you know what I mean.
No, I don't.
I don't mean literally rich. I mean rich compared to the bus driver.
Lionel, I'm gonna need 5 minutes.
I just thought you wanted to know that there's like a lot of people out here and it's getting kind of hard to breathe.
You better close that door now, Lionel. I'm sorry, I gotta let these guys in. I don't want to leave you hanging. Look, if you're hurting, we could get a cup of coffee after school.
I'd do that.
Hey, does this dress make me look fat?
A little.
Well, there's nothing I can do about it.
Where are you going?
The opera.
Why are you going to the opera?
Turns out he's a big opera fan. Anyway, don't you think it sounds kind of fun? We should all go sometime.
No thanks.
Why not? I bet you'd like it.
I don't like that kind of singing.
But you like classical music.
Yes, that's true, but I don't like opera singing.
when have you
It's like their entire reason for existing is to prove how loud they can be. I don't really find that all that interesting.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But it's not all like that. You like the magic flute?
Okay. I guess I'm wrong. I guess I do like opera singing. I just didn't realize it.
What is the matter with you?
Nothing at all. Why are you pushing this? I don't want to go to the opera.
Yes, okay. I'm not pushing anything. All you have to say is no thanks.
I did, and then you were like, why not? So then I told you, and then you started like debating me. Like you assumed that I've never thought this through for myself, which I have many times.
Okay, well, that was a really contemptuous assumption on my part. I don't actually like the opera that much myself, but I'm trying to expand my mind. Maybe that's wrong. I'm sorry. I guess I'm a little nervous about you guys meeting Ramon.
Why? What's the big deal? Why are you so influenced by what Curtis and I think?
Hey, why does everything I say annoy you?
Jesus Christ, I'm just sitting here.
Here, you be me and say anything, and I'll respond to you the way you've been responding to me this whole conversation. No. Go ahead, you say something to me, and I'll say something to you.
I'm not gonna do that.
Why not?
Because it's dumb and horrible. I get your point.
Okay, whatever.
Is that supposed to be an imitation of me?
Okay, withdrawn. Are you coming to my opening night?
I will if I have to.
You're a little cunt, you know that?
Yes, you're a big cunt.
Okay, let's not start talking to each other that
You
way.
just called me a cunt.
Okay, I'm sorry I said that, but if you're,
Why?
really,
It's
if you're really saying that you're not aware that you've been really annoyed with me or really irritable with me, and it doesn't matter if I express it exactly accurately because you know what I'm trying to say.
Not really.
If you're really saying that you're completely unaware of that, then I have to say I don't think you're being honest about it. Now, maybe I'm doing something really horrible to you without being aware of it, but I have a show opening in 2 weeks. I'm really nervous about it. I'm seeing a new person, and I'm obviously anxious about you and Curtis liking him. You were involved with this horrible, traumatic accident. You're going on this crazy horseback riding trip with your father, which
Oh
sounds
my
like
God.
a recipe for disaster to me. And on top of everything else, Lisa, ever since I told you about Ramon, you have been treating me like I'm insane.
I think you're exaggerating.
Now, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do?
Just stop whining about everything. It doesn't matter. None of it matters at all. You've been in a million plays. You always get freaked out because of what some dumb critic is going to say about your dumb play. I don't frankly give a shit about Ramon or who you're going out with this week.
I never go out with anyone.
Right,
I don't talk to me like that. I barely had a date for the last 2 years.
I don't care about any of it. It doesn't matter. Your boyfriend doesn't matter. Your play doesn't matter except to you. I don't care about New Mexico because to tell you the truth, I'm probably not even going.
Wait, what do you
And
mean?
you want to know something else, Mom? There are more important problems in the world than our relationship. There's a whole city out there full of people who are dying, so who gives a shit if I like your fucking boyfriend? It is so trivial. Why are you bothering me with all this? It doesn't matter.
Well, should I have him come up now, or should I have him just wait downstairs?
Whatever you want. I don't care.
Lisa, I don't even know what we're talking about.
I know you don't. That's the problem.
Oh, give me a break.
Everything is all right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm so excited to go to the opera. I don't think I've really gone more than 1 or 2 times.
I wish it wasn't Norma, but still it's fun to go.
What if we just went to see something else instead?
You don't want to hear Norma?
Oh, no, I don't mean that. I just meant, wouldn't it be funny if we just walked into one of the other events? Like, what if we just went to see the Daniel Goldfarb play instead?
I think you will enjoy this.
It's beautiful.
This is the dumbest book I've ever read. Yo.
Hey, Paul.
Hey.
It's Lisa Cohen.
Yeah, how's it going?
Okay. What have you been up to?
Seeing some questionable movies, not deciding where to go to college.
Sounds good. So, I was just thinking, this is gonna sound really queer, but by any chance, would you want to meet somewhere and, like, take away my virginity?
Alright.
Really? Well, to what do I owe this inconceivable honor?
Actually, it's because of my deep, passionate feelings for you, Paul.
That's pretty much what I figured.
Do you want to give me your address?
Oh, it's 252 West 85th Street.
Okay.
Alright, I'll be there like a half hour. Or more.
Okay.
Alright, I'll see you.
Bye. Hello?
What are you up to?
Writing my Not really.
So, what did you do tonight?
Actually, Darren, I don't really feel like talking right now.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Talk to you later. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hey.
Hey, come in.
I think I just alienated one of your neighbors by smoking in the elevator.
Oh, really? What'd they say?
She basically said there was no smoking in the elevator.
That's original. So this is the living room.
Very livable.
We like it. My mom hasn't read any of these books, by the way.
Have you?
Some of them, not all of them.
This book is a very cool book.
Yeah, I think the Third Reich may be a little bit too much for me right now.
It's pretty hard to put down once you get started.
Do you want anything to drink?
I'd take a beer.
Okay, that's in the kitchen. my room. Ta-da.
Very nice.
These are some drawings I did. Not that I should be showing them to you because I know you're like a really good artist, right?
I would like to be a really good artist. At this point, I think it would be more accurate to say I'm good at drawing.
Yeah, I just do it for fun, but I've always really liked it. So can I ask you something?
Yes.
This is probably going to sound very immature, but how can you be so relaxed knowing what we're about to do? Or is it just like no big deal to you? Okay, that was a really stupid question, and I'm like totally embarrassed right now. I'm actually more embarrassed than I've ever been in my life, and if you want to go home now, that's totally okay.
Easy there. Don't be embarrassed. It's basically like the world's greatest activity, but it's not actually worth getting nervous about.
Yeah, I don't usually get nervous because I think it's worth it. I usually get nervous because I can't help the way I feel.
There's that philosophy.
You're so funny.
Do you have an ashtray?
Oh, you can just check it out the window.
How would one just chuck it out the window?
Oh, you just slide the little door with the white knob. Like that?
Yes.
And am I supposed to go really fast and or something?
Yeah, but we're gonna move on before that. Here.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
I know, I want to.
Don't do that, okay? I'm just embarrassed. Let me do it to you.
All right.
Any general guidelines?
Just be careful.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a little tricky. It's probably going to hurt a little at first, but then it's going to get better. Just be patient. There are certain technical difficulties on my end that have to be addressed or it's not going to happen.
Okay, you sound insane.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hang on. Okay, there we go. Does it hurt now?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, just try to relax. It'll get better in a second.
Did you bring a condom?
Uh-huh.
Shouldn't you put it on?
I will in a second.
This is really good crying.
Okay, 1 second.
I love you.
What?
Nothing.
Okay, hold on. Shit.
What?
Okay, 1 second. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh. Sorry about that. Kind of got away from me.
Did any of it get inside me?
I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Honest to God, it's probably okay. The odds are overwhelmingly that it's okay.
It's my little brother. Hey, Curtis.
Hi.
Oh, I loved it. It was so exciting. But how about those people yelling bravi and brava?
How do you mean?
It was just so pretentious. Bravi, bravi. Why didn't they just say bravo?
Well, it's the plural. It's what they say to acknowledge the ensemble.
No, I know it's correct, but don't you think there's just something a little pretentious about some of those people?
Pretentious.
Well, I don't mean they didn't really enjoy it, but you know how you can really be enjoying something, but you're also kind of looking around out of the corner of your eye because you know people are watching you enjoy it?
Yes, but I wouldn't say that it was pretentious. In Italian, you say bravo for the man, and brava for the woman, and bravi for the whole company.
Okay, I see what you mean.
You use the masculine for the male singer, and the feminine for the female singer.
Anyway, I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Pues we'll have to go again.
It's so glamorous.
Accident investigation, Detective Mitchell.
My name is Lisa Cohen. I was a witness in a bus accident case a few weeks ago.
Hi, Lisa. What can I do for you?
Well, are you allowed to tell me how to get in touch with that woman's family? I really wanted to send some flowers or something.
Or is that like classified information?
No. Family's been notified. And, let me see what I got.
She mentioned she had a daughter.
Just hold on a second. How you doing, okay?
I'm okay.
All right, let me just, Okay, I don't have anything for a daughter. The only contact I have is a cousin, Abigail Burwitz. I got a phone number in Arizona.
Okay.
520-555.
I'm trying to reach Abigail Burwitz.
This is Abigail.
Hi. My name is Lisa Cohen. You don't know me.
Yes. Hello?
I'm actually calling about your cousin, Monica Patterson.
Okay.
I was actually there when she had... during the accident. I didn't know her, but I was sort of holding her hand at the time.
Yes. What can I do for you?
Okay, well... I saw her obituary in the paper, but... Oh, can you hold 1 second? Can you shut up for 5 minutes? What am I supposed to do? I have to practice! Oh, gosh, shit! Sorry. But I didn't see anything about a funeral, and I assumed they had one.
As far as I know, they're doing something or other next week, but...
I'm sorry. I was also wondering... She said something about her daughter.
No,
She wanted someone to get in touch with her.
Her daughter's
Sorry.
not alive. She passed away quite a long time ago.
Oh my God. Was she sick or was it?
She had leukemia.
Oh my gosh. And do you mind if I ask?
Just interrupt? How did you get this number? This is harassment.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to harass you. I
have
just.
been getting calls about this for 3 weeks, and I gotta tell you, people, I didn't have any kind of relationship with Monica whatsoever. The person you should be calling is Emily Morrison, who was Monica's friend and is the person who's been dealing with all this in New York. But it has nothing to do with.
I'm sorry. I didn't really know who to contact.
Now, I can give you her number, but I would very much appreciate it if the calls would stop.
Yes. Can you hold on while I get a pen?
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Hi, are you Lisa?
Yes.
As most of you know, Monica was not a religious woman. Anybody who ever had to sit through a wedding or a funeral with her knows how she felt about formal occasions. So Harry, Elise, and I, when we were talking about this, decided we would just have everyone over and let anyone who wanted to talk about Monica just talk about her. Maybe share some remembrances. Some of us know each other, and some of us don't. But we're all here. We're all here because we loved Monica. And because we want to pay tribute to her in a way that might conceivably not enrage her. Now, I don't want to tell anyone what to think or how to feel. And I don't want to kid myself about the stupid, meaningless way that she died, because that would really make her throw up. But I don't want it to become the summation of her life, because it's not. When her Lisa died, I said to her, "How can you stand it?" And she said, "First of all, I can't. But I don't want to take away the 12 years she did have and turn them all into leukemia, because they weren't." And so I do think it's important to remember that despite the fact that she got ripped off, she was the most fully developed person I personally have ever known. she was also impossible to get along with. But that's another story. So, now I've said my little piece, and I want to talk a little bit about the first time we ever met. She was 21.
It's okay, Emily.
I was 19, even though I realize it's impossible for my children to believe I was ever that young.
Hi, Dad.
Hi. How are you doing?
Okay, how are you?
Okay, I'm just sitting here listening to some music, having a delicious glass of beer.
That sounds pleasant.
Yeah. How's everything going? How's the boyfriend situation?
Well, there's this one guy I sort of had something going with, but he kind of has a girlfriend, so I realize I'm incredibly enthralling.
You are. You're very lucky. You're a very beautiful girl, and you got brains. You know, that makes you a little dangerous.
Don't forget mature.
Well, I hope you're not too mature.
No, don't worry.
Okay, good. That was a very good answer.
Anyway, I do think it's a pretty long-standing relationship.
Okay, well, you know what, then? You just do nothing. Just do absolutely nothing, and I guarantee you, one of two things will happen. Either you're going to get the guy to start doing backflips to get your attention, or you're going to send him a crystal clear signal that if he doesn't do backflips, he's not going to get your attention, okay?
I think he already knows I like him.
Okay.
I think I might have spilled the beans on that one.
Well, that's okay, because now, if you stop acknowledging him, if you just suddenly give him nothing, I guarantee you the guy's going to go berserk. Forget his girlfriend, unless he's just not interested, in which case you just got to take your lumps, which is tough.
Okay, thanks, Dad. I'll be sure to try the technique next time I see him.
Yeah, so, well, everything's okay here. Things are
Actually,
a little slow, but...
Dad?
Yeah.
I actually have something kind of serious I want to ask you about.
Okay.
I'm kind of soliciting people I respect for their views on this.
Okay. What's up?
Do you think I should go back to the police, or what?
Well, first of all, I'm very glad you told me about this. I want you to let me call my friend as a lawyer, just so we can find out what some of the ramifications would be. And maybe the three of us could talk on the phone and possibly...
Actually,
babe.
Dad, please don't call anybody.
Get my message?
I appreciate you taking
I
charge
got
of
a
it,
message.
but- Hello?
I got the flowers from my mother.
Just 1 second. I'm just... Annette just walked in. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Who are you talking to?
I guess I would just like to know later that I would have done the right thing by myself, if you see what I mean, because I don't think I have so far. Not that I'm trying to make this woman's horrible death into my own personal moral gymnasium.
Right. Well, that's that Shaw quote, right?
What?
The Shaw quote? The great Shaw quote? The quote, the Englishman sees the world as expressly designed to be his own personal moral gymnasium. I think it's in one of those wonderful prefaces.
I don't know where I read it.
Oh, who's that?
It's Lisa.
Oh, good. Will you please ask her?
Anyway.
Hold on, Lisa. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. Yes.
Please ask if there's anything we don't know about that she won't eat for the trip, because I have to call the ranch because they do all the meals ahead of time.
I really will. We're just in the middle of something.
Carl, I was supposed to call them last week, and you said you were going to
If I
call
hear about
her
this fucking
and
ranch one more time, I'm going to blow my brains out. Just in the middle of something. What do you want me to do?
Fine, but if they put anything in the baskets that she can't eat, well, she's not going to have anything to eat.
I will ask her.
Last time she came out here, we went to 3 different restaurants, and she...
I'll ask her. I just are right in the middle of something, okay?
Okay. Tell her I said hi.
I will. Okay.
Hello?
Yes, hi.
Mom?
Monica!
somebody here to see you.
Hi. I'm really sorry to bother you. We never met. I'm Lisa Cohen.
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Well, do you remember me from the bus accident?
I don't know. What's this about?
Well, would it be okay if I talked to you for a minute?
What do you want to talk about? I don't understand.
I just want to talk about the accident for a minute. I don't want anything, and I'm not here to do anything bad. I just wanted to talk to you about it.
Where'd you get my address?
I called information. I was going to call first, but...
It would have been better. We're about to sit down. I don't care what, Yeah, all right, let's go outside.
I'm sorry, could I use your bathroom?
No, let's just go outside.
Jerry let her use the
I
bathroom.
don't want to use the bathroom. I don't understand what this is.
It's right down the hall, honey.
Hey, will you kids settle down, please? I'm not kidding.
What's the matter with you? She's just some
Nothing the matter
girl
with
that
me.
was
Let
at
her
the
use the
accident. I don't know
bathroom.
who she is.
Who is she?
Honey, just do me a favor, wait inside.
No, I want to hear what this is.
Look, it just... Okay. What?
Okay. I hope this isn't going to insult you too much.
Insult me?
I was just wondering if you felt bad at all about what happened.
About the accident?
Yeah.
No, honey, are you just upset about the accident?
Yes, I'm upset about the accident. I'm very upset about the accident, and I wanted to talk to you about it for a minute. Why is that so strange?
Okay, you know what, why don't we
Could
all
I
go
please
inside?
talk to you alone?
Okay. What is going on here?
Nothing's going on here, so why don't you calm down? Look, go ahead inside. Let me find out what this is. In the meantime, I want you to make sure those kids aren't killing each other, all right? Oh, you know what? Let them kill each other. Give us all a rest. All right, Lisa, what?
I just... Well...
Yes,
I
what?
just want you to know... Well, you probably already know, obviously, that I told the police on the police report that I thought the whole thing was an accident.
Right, because it was an accident.
Well, I mean, I know you didn't do it on purpose,
On purpose.
but it wasn't like...
What? What? Speak, what?
Well, I mean, we were looking at each other.
Who was looking at each other? You and me?
Well, yeah. I mean, not like romantically or anything.
Romantically?
Okay, scratch that, because that's not even relevant.
You're not coming through very clearly.
If you could just let me... From my point of view, the way I remember the accident is that you were wearing this cowboy hat. And I was out that day trying to buy a cowboy hat, so I was waving at you because you were wearing one. And you were kind of waving back, and... I know I was distracting you, but I did see the bus go through the red light. And that's when it hit that woman.
Okay. I'm getting a little confused here.
Only nobody said that to them, and I just wanted to, like,
I don't know what
acknowledge
you
with you that that's what
I don't
happened.
know what you really mean by waving at you. What were you trying to catch a bus?
No, yes, but I wanted to ask you about your cowboy
Maybe
hat.
I was waving at you to say, I don't know, step away from the bus, because if the bus was in motion, then I would be waving you away for your own safety, but that's all that would be.
You don't remember looking at me and waving at me?
No, not really, no.
Well, I think we both remember something different. Brother's on the phone.
Tell him I'll call him back.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble.
I know you're not, because you can't, because I didn't do anything wrong. All right? There was no criminality found. That's it. The report is, final. That's
So you're
it.
just gonna leave it?
I'm gonna leave it because that's all that it was. If something else would have happened, then I'd take that to whatever that was, okay? It was tragic. It's a tragedy. But there's only a certain speed that those brakes can react, okay? That's the physical limitation of the machine. I don't know what else to tell you. It's shocking. It was a shock. But you can't bring her back. You cannot bring her back.
I'm not talking about bringing her back. I'm talking about telling the accident investigators what really happened.
But you already talked to them.
I know that, but I lied.
You lied.
Yes, and I can understand if you don't want to get in any trouble, but I can't.
So then why didn't you say that right then?
Because when they were asking me what happened, it seemed like you were kind of looking at me, like we were saying to each other, let's not say anything about what
Okay,
happened.
all right. Now I really don't know what you're
I
talking
can't
about.
prove that you were doing that.
Okay. Did I say something to you? Did I threaten you?
No, and I'm not blaming you for any of this. All I'm saying is that I didn't really tell the cops what happened, and I didn't want to go back without having spoken
But
to
you told them what you saw. You told them what you saw, and so did I. Only I'm the one driving the bus. I'm the one behind the wheel. No, you know what? Leave it alone. Wait, you want to ruin my life? You start talking about looks and you waved at me and I had my cowboy hat on? Go ahead. But you're going to go home and you're going to do your homework and I'm going to lose my job. And who's going to take care of my family? You? Are you going to do it? And for what? She's dead, okay? She's dead. There's nothing that I can do to bring her back.
I just want to say what really happened.
You do whatever you fucking want,
Jerry.
lady. But those cops are gonna laugh in your fucking face because this is not my fault.
It was both our fault.
Don't ever say that again unless you got a fucking lawyer. What's your phone number? Give me your number.
No, why do you want it?
Give me your number. What, you want to show up at my house like some anonymous person I can't get in touch with? What's your fucking phone number,
Jerry,
Lisa
take
Cohen?
it easy. Fine. It's 212
Hold on. Go on.
555 0157. Why do you need it?
You do whatever you're gonna do. I hope you get a good lawyer.
Why are you being like this?
This is very traumatic for him.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as getting your leg cut off.
I don't understand.
I guess I was afraid. I didn't know what to do.
You didn't know what to do?
I know it doesn't sound very impressive.
Impressive? Okay, I know you're trying to do the right thing now. What does your mother say?
My mother hasn't really been that helpful.
What do you mean?
I mean, she's got a lot going on right now, and she just hasn't been that interested, I guess.
What could she possibly have going on?
Her show's opening.
What do you mean her show? What show?
She's in a play.
Okay. I'm going to talk to a friend of mine who's a lawyer, and you're going to go talk to the police. Do you want me to go with you?
No, thanks.
Do you think maybe you should ask your mother to go with you?
I think I can handle this part myself.
She's been so suspicious lately. I don't know how to get her into the office without... What do you think?
Hey, let me tell you something, Elliot. You want to fire me, go ahead and fire me, only don't tiptoe around me like some kind of deranged ballerina every time I see you in the fucking hall. Now, do you have anything to say to me, Elliot?
You're not fired?
Oh, so what are you guys talking about?
Suicide bomber attempted to set off a blast Wednesday in Jerusalem.
No, Lisa read it to me. No, I never read them unless I know for sure there's nothing bad in them. Why do you? Well, you're brave and stupid. Victor, I wish you wouldn't talk that way to me. You know I'm tough.
Spring and Fall to a Young Child by Gerard Manley Hopkins. Margaret, are you grieving over Golden Grove unleaving? Leaves, like the things of man, you with your fresh thoughts care for, can you? Ah, as the heart grows older, it will come to such sights colder by and by, nor spare a sigh, though worlds of one would leave me a lie. And yet you will weep, and know why. Now no matter, child, the name. Sorrow's springs are the same. Nor mouth had, no, nor mind expressed what heart heard of, ghost guessed. It is the blight man was born for. It is Margaret you mourn for. Any thoughts? Lisa?
Can I help you?
Yeah, is Detective Mitchell here?
No, he's not.
Oh. I talked to him on Monday, and he said he'd be here after 3.
Yeah, he's not back yet. Can I help you with something?
Well, do you know when you expect him?
What's this about?
I was involved in an accident a few weeks ago, and I filled out a report with Detective Mitchell, but I wanted to amend the report,
What
so
do
I
you
thought...
want to amend it? How do you want to amend it?
Well, there was something I didn't tell him, and I wanted to tell
I
him
don't
because...
understand. You want to change your statement?
Yes. Yes, I want to change my statement. Yes.
Well, you'd usually have to talk to the investigating detective on the case.
Yes. I know. That's why I asked to see Detective Mitchell, who said he'd be here now, but he's not, so...
You remember the case number?
No, sorry. It was that woman, Monica Patterson, who got run over by the bus on Broadway.
Okay,
It was
yeah,
in a
sure.
lot of the
Okay,
newspapers.
sit down.
Thank you.
You know the case is closed.
I assumed it was, but part of the reason it's closed is because of my statement. And the
Because of
statement
your statement.
Yes.
What do you mean it was closed because of your statement?
I mean, I was
The DA's office closes the case. You don't close the case. The DA's office closes the case.
I'm sure it does. I obviously didn't mean I personally closed it, like legally. I meant that what I said was probably instrumental in getting
What's
the case
your name,
closed.
honey?
Lisa Cohen.
Okay.
Don't call me honey, okay?
Okay.
Are you not gonna help me now that I've said that?
Look, what's your name?
Lisa Cohen.
Okay, Lisa. First thing, you're gonna calm down.
I'm calm right now.
Okay, just checking. Second thing. Oh, here he is. Your knight in shining armor.
This guy giving you a hard time?
No.
So now you're saying he ran the light.
Yes, he wasn't even looking at the road, and I was definitely trying to get his attention.
Okay. Well, before we do anything, Lisa, anybody will tell you that just because he ran a red light is not a criminal offense.
Even if he kills
Even if
someone?
you cause an accidental death. That's right. Now, in order for it to be a criminal offense, the law says you need 2 aggravating circumstances. Like, he ran a red light and he was speeding. Or he ran a red light
So
and...
he's not liable to be prosecuted for manslaughter or second-degree murder?
No. He could be charged with reckless driving or filling out a false police report, which, that's no joke,
That's
believe me.
unbelievable. What does he have to do? Kill her on purpose?
Yes, because that's the definition of murder. Killing someone on purpose. Now, you're not saying that he ran her over on purpose, are you? Are you?
No.
Okay, look. Let me take another statement. And we'll look into it, okay?
You're kidding.
No. I'll talk it over with my sergeant, probably pull this guy in again, put a little pressure on him. We'll see what he says.
Thank you.
Because the Central Park Conservatory, or whatever it's called, put up about 500 miles of these cheap, shitty-looking fences all over the park, which is totally identical to what the park was originally designed for. We're so gonna miss the game. Oh my god, it's John. It's John. Hi, John. Hi, John. Well, it's so nice.
Come on, guys. Come on, you can't be smoking a J on your way to a school soccer game. Now, come on.
Sorry. We're really sorry. We're really sorry. So, how about having fun smoking a J? Smoking a J. Let's go to John's house and smoke a J. I said that like 19 minutes ago.
Hi, Mr. Aaron.
Lisa, how are you?
Pretty damn good. How are you?
I'm all right, I'm all right. Hey, tell me something. Whatever happened with that situation?
Oh, I'm working on it. I'll tell you all about it sometime. Hey, what kind of bike is that?
It's a trek.
I was supposed to take a horseback riding trip with my father over Christmas break, and I was just wondering, does it bear any resemblance to riding a bicycle?
As far as I know, no. I don't know.
But you must have ridden a lot of horses.
What makes you say that?
Are you from Texas or Wyoming or someplace like that?
Someplace like what?
You know, not New York?
I'm actually from Indiana, but don't let me overwhelm you with superfluous details.
God, so what are you doing at a New York private school teaching geometry to a bunch of overprivileged liberal Jews?
I came here to be a teacher, and that's what I'm doing.
So, would you say you've reached the summit of your lifelong ambition?
Is that a real question, or is that a Lisa question?
About half and half.
Well, in that case,
Before you go, I'm actually thinking about getting one of these. Can I try it just for 1 second?
all right.
Thanks.
Here, I'll adjust the seat for you.
Watch my back?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Where have you been? I didn't know if you wanted dinner.
No thanks. I'll order something.
Someone named Emily called, and Detective Mitchell called from the Accident Investigation Squad. Was that one we met? What's going on? Did you ever go back and see him?
I'd rather not talk about it when you have one foot out the door, if that's okay.
All right. I'm gonna go.
Have a good show.
Thank you.
Dave, Lisa.
Hi.
How are you?
So, Lisa, Dave is one of my best friends. He's a terrific lawyer, and if he doesn't know what to do himself, he'll certainly know someone we can talk to.
Okay, great.
When someone is killed, it's what's called a wrongful death suit, which is just a statutory case, which just means there's a statute passed by a legislature which gives you the right to bring the case.
As opposed to what?
As opposed to common law, which is law passed by judges, which is why the damages are limited.
I don't understand.
Look, just skip that part. We don't care about that.
I thought we were trying to get the police to arrest this guy.
No, the police are not going to...
Why not? They told me they were going to look into it again.
Well, I'm just telling you that even if they do, there's no way in this world the police are going to recommend to the DA that they charge this guy.
So what can we do?
Well, I'm just getting to that. That's okay.
It's okay, honey.
That's okay. I'm just getting to that. You can't do anything unless you're a relative.
She didn't have any relatives except for those idiots in Arizona.
Hang on a minute. Or unless you're the executor of her estate.
I am the executor of her estate.
Which is Emily, I know. Because the executor of her estate can bring a wrongful death suit, but the beneficiary has to be a relative. So let me explain about that. In a wrongful death suit, you can sue for pain and suffering, pecuniary losses, loss of supportive services, also what's called care, comfort, and society. It's like advice or counseling of the parent that the kids are going to get anymore.
I don't understand. Who are we suing? The bus driver?
Well, no, because the bus driver wouldn't have any money. You basically sue everybody and hope something sticks. The person who pays would probably be the MTA's insurance company.
But do you think the driver would get fired?
No, not necessarily.
Even if all the facts came out of the trial?
Maybe, I don't know.
But how much could they be liable for? How
depends. If she
badly
was
do you
alive-
think we could ever hurt them?
If she was alive and in pain for an extended period of time, they give more money for that.
I'd say she was alive for 10 minutes.
Was she conscious? Was she awake the whole time?
I'm sorry, Emily. Yeah. Awake.
It's okay.
Well, if she was in a lot of pain for that long, I don't know, maybe $300,000 to $500,000 to get a sustainable verdict. A brain-damaged baby would be $3 million. But the truth is, Lisa, when all is said and done, it's not a very good case.
Why not?
Because it's your word against his, and because you already lied on your first deposition. A red light case is a 50-50 proposition already. And with only one eyewitness with two conflicting statements, I wouldn't take that case.
Nobody really cares about getting a lot of money
I
here.
understand that,
We just
but-
want this prick to suffer, and we want the bus company to take responsibility for hiring this
I understand that, but no matter how you slice it, the fact that Lisa lied on her first statement is a disaster for your lawyer.
Can I explain why I lied the first time? It's not like I'm trying to get any money for myself.
That's true. That's true. She has no financial interest. She can't be impeached for bias.
Impeached for what?
She can't have her credibility attacked on financial grounds because the jury knows you're not going to get any money if you win.
So that's something, isn't it?
But do you really think we know what that means?
I'm sorry, that's just what it's called.
But who are you talking to? You know we don't know what that means. It's like you're not really concentrating. You're not concentrating.
I don't know. I am concentrating. Just thinking out loud.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
He wasn't always a lawyer, you know. He used to be a very nice little boy.
Anyway, the whole point of this is to get...
To fucking get this guy.
It was to get him out from behind the wheel of a bus.
Did she know she was dying? I only ask because the terror of knowing you're dying raises the damages.
I think she had a pretty good idea.
Here you go.
She had lived for a couple more days and make the case better.
Thanks.
I know that sounds horrible, but that's what it comes down to.
We know, Dave. It's okay. I would just like somebody to take responsibility for what happened.
As flies to wanton boys are we to the gods. They kill us for their sport. As flies to wanton boys are we to the gods. They kill us for their sport. What do you make of that? Lisa? Lisa!
I don't know.
You know what, Lisa? That's not good enough. That's just not good enough. Shakespeare wrote something. What's your response? And don't tell me you don't have one, because I don't buy it.
I don't really have a lot to say. It seems pretty self-evident to me.
Matthew.
I think it is self-evident. I think he's saying that human beings don't mean any more to the gods than flies do to little boys who like to torture them for fun. Like, as far as the gods are concerned, we're just ants. Nothing. Darren?
Thank you, Matthew. Yeah, I agree. Only it's not Shakespeare saying it, it's Gloucester. Maybe another character would have a different point of view.
Okay, that's a valid point. Just because Shakespeare has one of his characters say something doesn't mean he personally agrees with it. Yes, David.
Yeah, maybe Shakespeare isn't saying the gods don't care about us. Maybe he's saying there's a higher consciousness that we can't see. That the gods' perception of reality is so much more developed than ours that, compared to their perception, our perceptions are like comparing flies to boys.
Okay, I really don't think that that's what he's getting at. What I think he's getting at here is a very dark view of the arbitrary nature of human suffering.
But maybe he's not. Maybe he's comparing human consciousness to divine consciousness, and that even though it seems to us that human suffering is just arbitrary, that's just because we're limited by our viewpoint.
Okay, I still don't think that that's what he's saying.
No, like, if you say they kill us for their sport, when our perception of the gods is so meager that we can't even tell what they're doing, then how can we be so arrogant as to think that they would even bother to kill us for their sport?
I don't know. Monica.
I don't think that's what he's saying at all. I think he's saying that the gods don't give a shit about human beings and that they just like to kill and torture us for fun.
But if the gods' consciousness is so much more developed than ours that we seem like flies to them, then how can we be sure what they have in mind for us or why they do anything?
Okay, David. I think you've made your point, but that's not what Shakespeare meant. Scholarly opinion is pretty consistent that he's trying to say something
Scholarly opinion?
about human suffering here.
But what are you saying? 1,000 Frenchmen can't be wrong?
No, I'm not saying that, but I would like to move on.
Well, I think he is saying that, because he's comparing human consciousness to flies, and he's saying that we can't see the truth around us because our consciousness is undeveloped.
No, David, you're wrong. That's not what Shakespeare meant. He says it somewhere else in the play, but I don't want to get hung up on this because that's not what Shakespeare meant. I would really like to move on. Poor Tom's a cold.
Maybe 2 weeks ago that she had just dropped the baby.
Detective Mitchell.
Oh, hi, it's Lisa Cohen calling.
Hey, hi, Lisa. What can I do for you?
Well, I was just wondering whatever happened, if anything, with the case. You said you might reinterview the bus driver?
Yes, we did. We brought him back in.
You did? What happened?
Well, he basically stuck by his original representation, and that's pretty much it.
I brought it up with my sergeant, and he agreed with me that we still don't have enough to charge this guy, so there's really not a lot more we can do at this point.
Well, I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job, but how do you ask the questions?
Excuse me?
Well, he's obviously not going to change his statement if you just ask him, like, really politely. Why would he? We already know he's a liar.
Hey, you know, in the old days, Lisa, we just throw him in the back room with a rubber hose and get whatever answer we want out of him. Unfortunately, we don't do that anymore.
Yeah, not to white people.
Excuse me?
You don't do it to white people. Anyway, I'm not saying that you're...
We don't do it to who?
Oh, my God.
Hey, shh. But first of all, I don't understand why you bring this guy's race into it. Now, there's 40,000 cops in this city.
Yes.
And I hate to disillusion you, but most of them are pretty good guys just trying to do their job. Now, the bottom line is, the DA is not going to take this case. Now, you can take it up with my sergeant if you want to, but he's...
Yes, I would.
Well, I will patch you through then.
But the original decision was based on false information. So what's the point of even bringing... So there's no way to appeal. But how do you know Detective Mitchell interrogated him aggressively enough if you weren't there?
What's going on?
My family is older still. But Rodrigo is studying in London, and Hector is in Geneva. I'm sure they will go back eventually because they would like to do something for their country. But his war is very bad there now.
Yeah? I haven't really been following it.
It's a big mess. Last year, I helped to found an organization to work with children whose families have been killed or their parents have been kidnapped. We try to find homes for them, preferably in Colombia, because if we lose our young people, that's it. That's the future.
Yeah, I wish I knew more about it.
You think Lisa would be interested in acting?
No, I don't. I think she has a lot of contempt for it, actually. Anyway, maybe it's the age.
She would prefer the world with no plays, no films.
Oh, who knows?
Would you like to see a picture of my daughter?
Sure.
These are all my aunts and uncles. See? Big family.
So after I talked to you guys the other day, I called this PI I know to see
You
if he
called
could...
a what? A what?
Private investigator. To see if he could find anything out about your bus driver.
Really?
Yeah. So he said...
I can't
wait,
believe
just let
you
me tell you what he
called
said. So this guy calls someone he knows who used to work as a cop at the MTA. And you know the MTA has their own police? The MTA police. They have their own uniforms.
Yeah.
Just a minute, just a minute.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck do we care about the MTA police and their uniforms?
Okay, so this guy gets a look at your guy's file. And it turns out that he's had 2 previous accidents less than 2 years apart.
What?
But that he's never been disciplined or cited. Just moved around to different shifts.
Are you kidding me?
Why does this not shock me?
And if you read the papers, you'll know that they're going through a protracted labor dispute at the MTA right now. And according to my PI, management doesn't want to aggravate the situation by firing this guy.
This is making me sick.
I know, but what it means, Lisa, is that we have a case.
We do?
Because we can now sue for what's called negligent retention, which just means that they should have known this guy was a bad risk, and they negligently retained him until finally he killed somebody.
And you can prove that?
Sure, because we can just subpoena their personnel records, which we already know contain damaging information.
But you wouldn't be our lawyer, right?
No.
Why not?
I'm not
It's
a
not his
personal
area.
injury litigator. I don't know enough about it. I would lose.
But you could recommend someone.
Sure. I know a very good guy. His name is Russell Deutsch. He's not a sleazebag. Very, very experienced. You gotta get that crazy cousin on board, because she's gonna be a beneficiary.
She's not going to want to come to New York. I can tell you that right now.
If you win, she stands to get anywhere from $300,000 to $500,000. She's coming to New York.
You're awesome.
First thing we do is we file a summons and a complaint against the MTA. They get 20 days to respond, and when they do, we can make our discovery requests, accident reports, personnel records, etc. Now, you gotta realize, this is going to take some time. The law says you have to have a court date within 1 year. Usually it takes around 6, depending.
6 years?
Yes, depending.
Now, I mentioned to Dave, I have a friend who writes for the Metro section of the Times.
Yes, now this, if it could really happen, this changes everything in our favor. If they think there's going to be adverse publicity, especially in the New York Times, they're going to want to settle right away, as soon as possible, and as quietly as possible.
So they'd make it a condition that we didn't...
It usually works. You get the money, but you can't talk about it. Nobody knows the terms.
So what good does that do?
You get the money. That bad? This is how our society punishes people for doing bad things.
By getting money from their employers' insurance companies?
Yes, it's called punitive damages.
Could we insist they fire the driver as part of the settlement?
Yes, sure, why not?
But is that something people do?
Sure, it's one of your conditions.
And you think we're gonna win? They're gonna settle?
Oh, they're gonna settle.
Oh, hi. I want to talk to you. I take it that's my report card?
It sure is.
I had a friend who used to live on this block at 262.
Oh?
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, I don't know if you know her. Cheryl Rowan. She's a physiotherapist.
No, I don't know her.
I think about 1,000 people. What? Nothing.
Lisa says you're in a play, Joan.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good. You should go see it.
Well, the play is great, and it has this really nice cast.
She's just being modest. She's gonna win every award in New York.
Oh, all that stuff's a long way off.
I don't go to the theater very much.
No, it's just nice because you can work a long time in the theater and play a lot of really great parts and not get a lot of recognition. And even though you don't necessarily do it for that as your primary motive, it is nice when people do notice something you've done.
Mm-hmm.
I was on this television show a few years ago, and I'd been doing theater all my life, and suddenly all my relatives started calling me up to congratulate me because they thought I'd finally made it. And all it was this dumb show that paid the bills for a while.
That show was so stupid.
Well, it wasn't that bad. Anyway, I realize this is horribly embarrassing for Lisa, but I just really wanted to meet you, Emily, because, you frankly become such a big part of Lisa's life, and I don't want to be intrusive, but this whole court case seems to suddenly be dominating everything, and I can't get Lisa to tell me anything about it.
That's not true.
Well, I can't. And I want you to know, Lisa, I'm very, very proud of you for pursuing this the way that you have. But I can't let you pursue it to the point where it's taking over your life or interfering with your schoolwork. See, it's really come down to a question of homework. Lisa's on a half scholarship at her school. And I know she feels a real sense of responsibility about what happened.
Yeah, I do.
I know you do. I know you do. But you can't not do your homework, and you can't throw away your scholarship because of it.
I'm not. My grades slipped a little. They'll get better. Anyone can do their homework. You just sit down and do it. I've been distracted. I'll stop.
All right.
We didn't need to have a big conference about this.
No, it's not a big conference. I just wanted to know what's going on, and I wanted to meet Emily, and I know it's a little awkward. Lisa, do you think Emily would like to come see the play? I thought you could both come, and then we could maybe go out afterwards.
All right, let me ask her.
Okay. Dig in, everybody.
I was thinking about spending next year with Dad.
Oh?
Yeah. You're all worried about my grades. They have really good public schools in Santa Monica, and if I officially lived with him, you wouldn't have to worry about my scholarship.
Have you talked to him about this?
We've had some general discussions.
Do you want to go too?
Me?
Yeah. Do you want to move to LA too?
No.
Well, just let me know if you do.
Why are you being like this?
Why am I being like what?
Why are you about to start crying?
Because it's your intention to make me start crying.
No, it's not.
You want to move to LA? Move to LA.
But why can't this even be mentioned without you taking it personally? I'm just introducing a possibility.
Here's a possibility that you can make your own fucking dinner. Here's a possibility that you can do whatever you want to do.
Jesus Christ,
Christ, where you are this little fucking bitch.
Fine, keep it up. This really makes me want to stay here.
You think you're so fucking bad?
No.
Nice one.
Shut up.
And let me tell you something, Elliot.
How would you describe the relationship overall? Did you talk on the phone a lot? Were there a lot of visits?
I would say we talked on the phone a couple times a month at least. Sometimes more than that. I would call her. She would call me.
And what were the nature of the conversations?
Oh, family stuff, mostly. Her family, my kids.
She give you advice about your family, that kind of thing?
Oh, I would say so, yes.
Do you have any phone records, or...
I have all my phone bills, if that's what you mean. I didn't record the actual conversations.
No.
You'll see, we talked on the phone quite frequently.
Okay, terrific. I see you came prepared.
Well, I wanted to bring everything.
Now, when they take your deposition, you're going to say the same thing you just told me. Just talk about the relationship.
Uh-huh.
Kind of advice she used to give.
Okay. Now, Emily, where did you find this lawyer?
He was recommended by my friend.
I'm asking because my husband knows a real good New York lawyer, and I'm not entirely comfortable with someone no one's ever heard of.
My friend's heard of him. He says he's very good.
Well, I'm sure he is. But I have a responsibility in this situation, and I would feel a whole lot more comfortable with someone who didn't just drop in out of the clear blue sky.
He didn't drop in out of the clear blue sky. He was recommended by my friend. But Abigail, even if we switched lawyers, we would still have to pay him. But it all comes out of the settlement, so it's really up to you.
No, if you all think he's good.
I don't know whether he is or not. My friend thinks he is.
All right. Now, Lisa, what's your involvement in all this? What's your angle?
I just wanted to... I was just there. And that's you and Monica, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Is that you?
That's me.
Oh my God, is that her daughter?
Mm-hmm.
God. So, how old was she when she died?
12.
God, I can't even imagine.
Neither could we.
Do you know, Monica asked about her when she was dying?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I think she was confused. Like, I think she thought I was her daughter for a minute. And then she was asking me to call her, like, to tell her what happened, you know? Like, she didn't remember she was dead. But then it got confusing because I said, sure, what's her name? And she said her name was Lisa, and I said, no, that's my name. I didn't realize we had the same name. And when I found out her daughter was dead, ever since then, I've had this really strange feeling that some way, for those last 5 minutes, I kind of was her daughter. You know, like in some weird way, this obviously amazing woman got to be with her daughter again for a few minutes right before she died.
And, is she still inhabiting your body, or did she go right back to the spirit world after it was over?
I didn't mean she was literally inhabiting my body. I don't believe in all that stuff at all.
I don't give a fuck what you believe in.
Oh my God, why are you so mad at me?
Because this is not an opera.
What?
I said this is not an opera.
You think I think this is an opera?
Yes.
Because I think it's dramatic?
I think you're very young.
What does that have to do with anything? If anything, I think it means I care more than someone who's older because this kind of thing has never happened to me before.
No, it means you care more easily. There's a big difference. Only it's not you that it's happening to.
Yes, it is. I know I'm not the one who was run over by a bus.
That's right, you weren't. And you're not the one who died of leukemia, and you're not the one who just died in an earthquake in Algeria. But you will be. You understand me? You will be. And it's not dramatic.
I'm well aware of that.
And this first blush, bony deepness of yours is worth nothing.
Oh,
do you understand? It's not worth anything. Because it'll all be trailed over in a month or two, and then when you get older and you don't have a big reaction every time a dog is run over, then we'll find out what kind of person you are. I'm sorry, but I didn't start this conversation, and I don't play these games.
I'm not playing games!
And don't look so outraged. You have every right to falsify your own life, but you have no right to falsify anybody else's. It's what makes people into Nazis. And I'm sorry, but it's just a little bit suspicious that you're making such a big fuss about this when you didn't even know her, and you're having troubles with your own mother.
Oh, my God. Wow.
But this is my life that we're talking about, because it's my real friend who got killed, who I'm never going to see again, who I've known since I was 19 years old myself. And I don't want that sucked into some adolescent self-dramatization.
I'm not fucking dramatizing anything. I was there and you weren't. And if I happen to express myself a little hyperbolically, Emily, that's just the way I talk. I can't help it if my mother's an actress. Why are you being so fucking strident?
Strident?
Yeah.
Okay. You should leave.
Why? Because I called you strident?
Yeah, you should leave.
Okay, I will.
Now.
Okay, let me get my bag. All I meant by saying that you were strident is that you were being emphatic. I obviously misused the word.
Look it up when you get home.
Jesus Christ, you're amazing.
Yes, I'm amazing.
Why are you doing this?
Lisa, I'm not doing anything. I'm a human being. Monica was a human being.
So is her daughter, and so is your mother. We are not supporting characters in the fascinating story of your life.
I never said or thought you were, and I really didn't mean to call you strident. I totally misused the word. I wasn't trying to insult you, Emily. I really wasn't. I feel so bad about what happened, and I'm trying so hard to do something about it, and I don't understand why if I say something wrong, you can't just give me a break.
Thanks for letting me come over. I know you don't want me here,
It's all right.
but I didn't have anyone else to talk to. You've always been very sympathetic to my craziness, and I may not show it all the time, but I actually really appreciate it.
It's no problem. So, what's been going on?
I just need to talk to somebody who doesn't completely misunderstand who I am, or not even who I am, but what's going on inside me or all around me. Sound confused enough?
Yeah.
Anyway, for whatever reason, I always felt like we understood each other on some level, even though I'm like this mass of conflicting impulses, and you're basically the most grown-up, rational man I know.
That's actually true, but thank you.
Just a little hot. A little warm. Is this all right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Do you allow smoking in your apartment?
You can smoke.
I like your apartment.
Thanks. It's a sublet, actually.
Sorry.
That's okay.
This is terrible.
What is? What's terrible?
I just like you so much. Sorry. Moron.
Lisa. I'm your friend. That's not gonna change. It's not gonna change.
Thanks. I like you so much. What's it like in Indiana?
It's okay. Please don't do that. Don't do that. I really wasn't expecting anything like this to happen. I'm really not sure how to react.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna tell anybody if that's what you're worried about. I totally initiated the whole thing. Anyway, it's just sex. You're acting like a little kid. I'll see you in school.
You're a fucking idiot.
I think that teenagers should definitely rule the world because teenagers aren't corrupted by adult life yet, and they're idealistic and they care. And I know a lot of people feel that teenagers are really naive, which they are, many of them, but they still haven't had a chance to get burned out by the disappointments and harsh realities of learning how to play the game. So, yes, I would vote yes.
All right. Lisa?
And I'm not even going to comment on the fact that you just compared a 19-year-old Palestinian to a member of the Hitler Youth, which I respect because they both like to kill Jews.
Lisa, hey,
Oh, it's
come
not
on,
because they've
guys.
been occupied and humiliated and bombed out of their homes for the last 50 years?
Yes, that's partly why they like it.
Hey, guys. Hey, one at a time.
It's easy, and they like it.
Raise your
They
hands.
like it. They're just bad people, and yes, there are bad people in the world. I think they like blowing up the World
Raise
Trade
your
Center.
hand.
They kill their own sisters when they get raped.
Hey,
There's no
guys.
barbarism.
Hey,
It's all
one at a
people do is
time.
kill each other. If they didn't like it, they wouldn't do
You
it.
guys aren't the only ones in the class.
You're not
The
Jewish, please.
last goddamn person who opens their mouth without raising their hands is out of
I'm
this
half Jewish,
class.
and who cares what I am? I'm anti-murder, not
go, Israel.
Lisa, you can leave.
Fine. Thank you. And I guess I lost my cool a little, but I mean, there is such a thing as
But Lisa, you have to remember, it's always easy for the dominant side to be content with the status quo.
Oh. How do you mean, Ramon?
I mean, the oppressor uses violence to maintain his position and calls it the rule of law. But when the person on the foot uses violence to change his status, he's called a criminal and a terrorist. And the violence of the state is called upon to put him down.
I see. And what would you like them to do?
They meaning.
The Jew oppressors. What would you like them to do?
I didn't use that expression. But,
No,
but
you
since
didn't.
you asked,
I just spent the whole day arguing about this. I didn't really mean to bring it up again.
Don't handle me.
I'm not handling you.
What did you think of the play?
and I think it's ironic in the extreme that the victims of Nazis find
If the
it
Israelis
essential
were like
to
Nazis,
use
there
the
wouldn't be
Nazi
any Arabs
property
left.
to
And I
sustain
think
their occupation.
Seems excessive, Alex. Come on.
That's the response. That's the Jewish response.
It's the what?
It's the Jewish response. You don't like what I'm saying or what I do, so you...
Oh, my, that's my Jewish response.
That's all right. It's all right. It's all right. That's all right. It's a perfect little encapsule. It's the Jewish response. John, I won't defend myself. All what I meant was that was the typical response you will get from someone who will take that position that woman was taking. If I would have said the word Israeli instead of the word Jewish, I don't think there will be a problem. But if you want to break up with me because I used the wrong adjective, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to beg you.
Hello. Hi, Dad. How are you? Really? What's the matter? I never said I didn't want to go.
Well, I can't seem to get a straight answer from anybody about what they want to eat. And that
says that she's called you 4 times and you haven't called her back. The ranch seems to be putting some kind of intolerable pressure on her to choose 5 lunches for
a 5-day trip that we're not taking for a month and a half. I talked to Curtis about it, and all I get is monosyllables, so what is the point?
I think he's really looking forward to it.
Well, that hasn't been my impression.
I also think, Lisa, that it would be a good idea if we just tabled the notion of you coming out here next year. Things look like they're going to start picking up
For me a little bit in the fall, and that means I'm not going to be around the house all that much. And since you and Annette detest each other,
I honestly don't think that's what I want to come home to after a 14-hour day.
We don't detest each other.
Well, I got to tell you, it doesn't...
you really strike me as something you seem all that serious about.
Okay.
So just...
Tell Curtis that the New Mexico's off, and I'll talk to you whenever.
Okay.
All right.
What's wrong?
Mr. Deutsch?
I'm right here.
I had the thought, if they're willing to settle so quickly, maybe we're better off waiting a little bit, you know, maybe rattling the saber a little bit more. Maybe we're
They are
cutting our
responding
own
to the story in the
throats
paper.
That's just common sense.
But what you got to understand is that they're offering to settle now because they want to get the story out of the paper.
That's why
the main point is not to jack up the price.
I'm sorry?
Well, we didn't hear that last bit.
Ladies, let me just... Rob, Abigail, let me just finish my thought. They are jumping at the bait right now. But if another 6 months goes by, we run a serious risk of losing our momentum. You see what I mean? Now, I'm going to hit them very, very hard. I guarantee it. That's why I wanted all of us together on the phone so we could talk about your other terms, besides the damages. I promise you, I'm going to be very, very aggressive.
What other terms would there be?
What do you mean, like some kind of a fund?
A what?
Some kind of fund for kids?
I don't understand what you mean by fund.
Mr. Deutsch, do you mean some kind of trust fund, a fund that would be set up by the bus company for our kids, for tax purposes?
What fucking fund?
These people are retarded.
Because I have to tell you, we have just lived through that nightmare with Monica and our children, and it was not a pleasant experience. We just want to clean straight. Damages is fine.
Lisa, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Really, really proud.
Thank you.
So what happens now?
They have to figure out the terms. Hello? Yes? What do you mean? What's the matter? Yes? Yes.
Ramon's had a heart attack.
What? Is he gonna be
Quiet.
Yes. Okay. Okay, let me write that down.
Joan?
Yes. Oh, you must be Rodrigo. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm so sorry. Rodrigo, this is...
I want to tell you, Joan, my dad talked about you all the time.
He did?
Yes.
Thank you for telling me that.
I don't know if this is appropriate,
No, it's okay.
but he went out a lot. Do you know, the last time I spoke to him, he told me from the moment he met you, he knew he wanted to marry you. Because for the first time since he lost my mother, he finally met a woman he could really connect with.
Well, he was, excuse me.
Mijo.
Thanks for coming with me today. I really appreciate it. Oh, you're welcome. I don't want to be macabre, but Ramon and I were supposed to go hear the Tales of Hoffman the week after next, and I still have the tickets. Would you be interested in going, or should I give them away? It's Monday night. We can dress up. I'll go. What did you make of that?
People don't relate to each other, Mom. They're totally disconnected. That's what I make of it.
Well, I think that's kind of unfortunate that you think that, because I feel like you and I used to relate to each other really well.
I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. It's just a general observation.
Okay. Hey, can I get a hug?
Sure.
I just feel totally at sea.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I am very pleased to be able to inform you all that I had a long meeting with the lawyer from the bus company, and they have agreed to settle for $350,000.
That is just
fantastic.
Now, I assume this is agreeable with everybody.
Just fantastic.
But, of course, I gotta bring the offer to you and get your approval.
Mr. Deutsch?
Now, I know there was a concern after our last call that we were jumping the gun a little bit.
That's okay.
Abigail, Rob, could we just listen to what Russell has to say and then talk about it once he's told us the whole story and given us his recommendation?
Yes, sorry. Far away.
I was gonna say, I know there was a concern after our last call that we were jumping the gun a little bit.
Well, that's okay.
Would you let him talk, please?
It's okay.
We're sorry.
Sorry.
I want to tell you that I think it's a very good offer. I think they're very anxious to settle. But I also do think that at this moment they are under the maximum amount of pressure that we can really bring to bear, and I don't believe they're going to come up any higher.
Hey, $350,000?
Okay, now
that's nothing to sneeze at.
I just
Now,
want to
I think,
introduce the thought that...
can you all hear me?
Yes!
Yo, was that everybody? Okay. Emily, what do you think?
I think it sounds like we should do it, but I'd like to...
That's the vote.
Unless you think there's something to be gained from holding out for more.
I think that would be a big mistake.
Robbie, what do you think?
Sold.
Okay. Now, the only downside to this as it stands, and I know this may be a serious wrinkle for all of you, is that the bus company will absolutely not discuss the removal of the driver.
What?
What do you mean?
The driver?
What do you mean?
Then
They won't
finish, tell
discuss
him
the
to forget
removal
it.
of the
Please,
driver?
ladies, let me finish what I'm saying.
It's just a blast in
Let
our
him
ears.
finish.
Finish what? Forget it.
Thank you. Lisa, I want you to understand, I pressed them very, very hard on this. But they will not discuss disciplining a company employee as part of the settlement because it could be seen as an admission of guilt on the part of the MTA.
What does giving us $300,000 mean?
Settling out of court does not imply an admission of guilt. It simply does not carry the same stigma. On top of that, you may not know, Lisa, that they're currently involved in a very tricky labor dispute right now.
Yeah, we know all about that. Just tell them to forget it.
I know that's your reaction.
It's the only reason we're here.
Can I jump in here?
It's really not your decision.
It's
Hello?
Emily's
Are you
decision.
still with us?
No.
Hello?
It's not. Robbie.
No.
It's Abigail's decision. because she's the next of kin.
But she didn't even know about it.
That doesn't matter.
Could we get back in this conversation, please?
Yes, I'm sorry. Obviously, there's some strong emotions going either way here.
Listen, Emily, I don't know what you're thinking, but Rob and I are thinking we should take Russell's recommendation while we can, because if they won't fire the guy, they're not going to fire him. And 6 months or a year from now, we're gonna be in a situation where we're begging them for half this
The
money.
entire point of the lawsuit was to get the guy fired so he doesn't kill somebody else.
Let me
It was
just
not to
clarify.
get you $350,000 you didn't know you were entitled to for somebody you didn't even like. And the only reason you're getting the money at all is because I started this whole fucking thing in motion. I'm sorry for swearing, but you should be willing to trade in all the money for getting this guy off the street.
Abigail! Oh, I'm sorry, but I have a responsibility to Monica, and I take that responsibility very seriously. And rather than being cursed at over the telephone for having the courtesy to involve you in these discussions, Lisa, I would hope you would be guided by our judgment, unless I'm wrong about that. Unless I'm wrong about that, just what is your interest in this?
Because I'm the one who killed her. I'm the one who killed her, but at least I know I did it. And that guy has no idea, and he is wandering around blaming everybody else. And all I want is for somebody to let him know that what he did was wrong. And if they don't fire him, and all you want is the money, and the police won't do anything, then how is he gonna know he's wrong? You can't take the deal, Abigail. It wasn't to get you any money. It was because we wanted to get him fired.
Well, it may not matter to you, but where I come from, $350,000 is an awful lot of money. In my mind, it's a positive result of all this tragedy, and not just negative, not just getting someone fired for one mistake, no matter how bad it was.
Oh, shove it up your ass, Lisa! You sneaking fucking learn your own moralistic cunt!
Hey, Lisa, what's up? Hey, did you guys know I had an abortion last week?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it cost $400. Should I?
No, don't go anywhere.
Yeah, don't go anywhere.
Do you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well,
Do your parents know about this, Lisa?
yes.
And have you told the father, honey?
No, there's a couple of people it could be.
Well, I think you better tell them, whoever they are.
No, never mind. I mean, I'm sure he's sorry anyway, whichever one he is.
But I don't see how that makes any difference at all, if he's sorry. That doesn't matter.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought this up. Please don't tell anyone?
Well, we're not going to tell anyone, but you're going to have to tell whoever it could
It's
be.
okay. I gotta go. It doesn't matter about the father because the whole thing was my fault, so... Sorry.
What was that?
Mom's looking for you. What for? She thinks you're going out with her tonight. Where are we going? I don't know. Go get removed. Wait, what? I want to see if it's him. It's him, Mom. It's the one. Hey. Well, so far it's not the greatest opera I ever heard. What do you mean? It's okay.